Hello, how are you guys doing? We are here one more night. Night for me, I think. For where depending where you are. So, guys, today we will talking about lead guitar. I I'm in this guy in my band, CHRISTAFARI band. I'm the lead guitar, official lead guitar. But I like to say something to you guys. I'm the guy who play guitar. I know like this title, like I'm the lead guitar because for me, in my vision, I play guitar. And sometimes we need to do a lead, sometimes we need to do a rhythm guitar. And I want to start this talking about if you are doing lead guitar, you need to keep in mind you are not the Jimi Hendrix guys. You are not Slash. You are just one option in your band or in your church because let's see, if you listen some, let's say regular music, all right, let's say like pop music or rock, how many guitar solo have in one song? Sometimes you have just one solo, sometimes we does not have solo on the song, sometimes we does not have guitar lead on the song. We just have some, some flat pick or some riff go all the time like yeah. So we have many different things we can do it with guitar lead. So does not mean you need to do solo all the time or all the songs or you know. I just want to start with this because some some guys who play lead guitar think, oh, I'm the guitar hero, I'm the superstar, I'm the rock star because I do solos of guitar. Dude, no, you you just can keep in mind if does not have solo in the song, you do not solo. So yeah. So let's move. The second thing, ask yourself, do you want to be in the band? Do you really want to be a band, like be the guy who play in some band or in your church? You really want to do that? Because I say before, lead guitar can be something sometimes not really like everybody needs some lead guitar. We will do for sure something. We will be like make, let's say, lead guitar in my vision, it's like a makeup. When some beautiful woman use a makeup, all right. So if the woman is beautiful, makeup you help be more beautiful, but she's still beautiful without makeup. So the music is still music without guitar solo or without guitar lead. So that is what I try to say for you. So let's see how we can fit there. Let's see how we can do this the function like be a lead guitar in the band. So I'm gonna show you guys some examples. Do you know, guys, I'm play reggae. Let's say I'm the reggae guy, all right? But I play another style. I work with music for so many years. I Before Christopher, I work in some church. In that church, I was a musician, like professional musician, and I play like worship songs. That kind of worship, like modern worship songs. So, and I work also with some hip hop artists in Brazil, popular ones or not popular, different guys. So, and I play another style, but reggae music is what I play, this is what I like to play. So I will show examples about reggae music, but this can be for another style if you want. You can take some examples for being another styles just because we do music. We do maybe different style, but we still do music. So this can work for whatever kind of music you do. All right, so let's see what I have for today. I want to start with some reading. This is kind of Gregory Isaac style, and I will show you guys how you can play the same riff in the other song. This is really common in reggae music. You play the same thing in other song like a loop. You still play the same thing, the song just going on, and you still play the same thing. Let's see how this work. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Let's again. You guys can see this. I play exactly the same riff in this song just going on, and I still play the same. I will show you another example in the same song. Let's see. Let's think about some. Let's write out something right now. You guys can see this is, guy, for me this is like a part of the groove. For me, let's say this is the most important. Be on the groove, don't be like distract or be like something highlight in the song, be part of the song, be part of the music, fit on the music. For me this is something what I like to do. You need to ask yourself if you are able to be part of the song, to collaborate with a little bit, and everybody collaborate with a little bit, and we can make the song like a beautiful song if we do that. But if you are the guy, I know I want to show all my techniques, I want to play all the time with all my scales, and you can do it. I will show some bad example of this. Bad in my vision, right? But let's see. Guys, not do that. This is no reggae. This is no music to me. This is, let's say, this is no music to me, because this is can be something really. Okay, let me some words for me. It just new. I need to figure out how can I express myself in English. So this for me, this like I wanna be the superstar in the song. I wanna be the rock star, but the song just no ask for this. The song is really simple, really groove, you know. So try to be part of the groove. That's what I try to say for you. So yeah, let's move on. So let's play in the same song some lead stuff on the intro. Some, I don't want to say really solo, but yeah, it's a kind of solo on the intro. This is really common in reggae. You start the song with an intro like that. This is kind of solo, all right? This is kind of lead, but still really simple. I don't use a lot of techniques here. And by the way, guys, I know if you can see this, all right? Why I use this? I use this because, like I said yesterday, this has helped me when I will play some stuff like lead or even rhythm and guitar. I don't want some strings like song when I play. So this has helped me get a control of my strings. Let's say that. So yeah, I will play this again. What I want to say to you guys about this is you need like tell people some history, like write down some book. Needs to be beginning. How can I say this in English? Oh my God, help me. Beginning, middle, and ending. You need tell some story for people. That's why what I try to do when I do solo. Make some history, make some like a book, you know, like a movie. Yeah. And then just be in the groove. All right. So let's move it, but resume that, do it the same thing just for be part on the groove. Okay. So one thing really common in reggae, I talking about a little bit yesterday about this, but it do is flat pick. Flat pick in Portuguese we say pica-pau, and mute guitar. Some people say mute guitar. Some people say, yeah, different people say different things. But yesterday I talking about do it with the bass. Today I want to show another way to do flat picks with some melody, like So yeah, guys, this is another way to play this kind of reggae. And I don't know if you guys see this. I always try to keep some, ah, Lord, padrão, partner, no partner. Like do the same thing. I will be back. I will back this. Do the same thing.
Consistency.
Consistency. Yeah. Thank Mark. You are here good. So yeah, like when you do it like a loop, make this kind of, this is really common in reggae. So one thing I want to still talk is play with when is necessary. So if not necessary play, just not play. Some songs is like too busy. Some people sometimes send me a track. This help a lot. Hey, Times, can you record a guitar to me? Can you record something to me? Yeah, I can do it. When I receive the track, when I open the track, it's busy. It have too much thing there. I'm just trying to, oh my gosh, where I can play here? Because it's too busy. And people just say to me, no, play, just play. Play whatever you want to play. But I can't because, I don't see the real space to me. I know, yeah, this, because to me, I always think about the music. I can like play like crazy, but I doesn't like play like that. I like to find my space on the song. So yeah, play if really necessary to play like that. For me, this sounds good. If I really need to play, because now it's just instrumental. You can imagine if you have some people singing right here. So you be busy. You can play. Wait. You imagine some people singing. Just keep space. Yeah, play if necessary. That's what I try to say.
Something I'd like to add to that, if you don't mind me, Times,
Yeah,
is I would then use you to build something going up to a chorus. So like maybe an Ottawa or something, wah 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 two, and then that would take me to the chorus. I use your stuff a lot, those kind of pads, as a B section or a pre-chorus, and obviously a bridge. So yeah,
yeah,
maybe give an example of that too.
that's true. Let's see. Now we have chorus. This is one example. I will show another example for this with effects like delays. Let's say delay. I use a lot that stuff in CHRISTAFARI songs. These kind of pads, these kind of ambient sounds. like, oh, now it's verse. When you go to the chorus, do more like some pads and some stuff like they can make like, oh, now it's a chorus. Now I feel a full, you know. Yeah. So guys, now I want talking about the third thing is it's really common guys who play guitar does don't know about the chord progression. They play all the songs, all right. They like decorate like some scale, like, and they think, oh, this is enough to me, and start to play. And for me, just sounds like exercise. Does some like you practice. So guys, don't do that. Let's say we need to know what's going on with the chord progression. So that one is really simple. I just play A major and C minor. So try to work with this. We have like A major, we have basically three notes. We have A, we have C sharp, and we have E. So we call this in Portuguese arpeggio and triad. All right, I think this is the word in English. Triad 1 3 5. So we can make melodies. We can make music with this. We don't need to play. You know, just make people tired. You know, just play some notes of the triad. You need to play all the scale. Triad. No, you can try. You does not need to play all the notes for the scale. Just play some notes. Try to do your triads. This helped me a lot. Sometimes I use the whole the scale. Sometimes, yeah, I just try to not play all the thing for not make too busy to, you know. So know the chord progression. This is something really important. Let's see. And also, guys, no rush when you play. You don't need run. You know, one time I see some Eric Clapton interview, and they ask Eric Clapton about, you know, the guy called the guy Ring Malmsteen is really speed player, play really quick, and yeah, Eric Clapton, yeah, I know that much note Malmsteen looking for. I found so many years ago. So I don't know if it makes sense for you, but what Clapton tried to say is, I don't need to play that much. I don't need to play. This is too much for just one song. You know, you don't need rush, guys. When you do some solo, you need to thinking about story. Like I said before, tell us some story. Make people part of this. Let's work with emotional. Even the song, it's more how can I say this? More faster. You don't need to play like crazy. I do some solos like that sometimes. We have a song called Fire, and that song I have some section there. I play like crazy because the song talking about fires, talking about something like that. But always, this is a tip for you. Try to see the message of the song. Try to see inspired. Try to be inspired on the song. You know, if the song tells something about running, fire, or stuff like that, okay. But you know, try to be on the same page with the message of the song. This is what I try to say. So I'll play some track for you guys now. This is a kind of hip hop track with reggae, sorry. So I like to do this a lot. My second favorite style is hip hop, and I will show some examples how to play guitar on that situation. Lead guitar. And there's something with wah. I use a lot. Always try to be like do it like a loop. And also we can, I don't know if you guys see, I just use a lot clean guitar. I like to use a clean guitar, but I also use distortion in some situations for solo more hot, let's say. I do it one song called Christopher's song He Reigns. It's like a really kind of rock guitar, but it's not really rock, but with distortion. Yeah, I will show you something for guys. And that song, I remember one time, was in, where I was? Oh, in California, in Mark parents' house, and my amplifier just in the bathroom. And in that time, I use amplifier and analog pedal. I don't have my Helix, and I did so many takes in that song, and almost like I'm tired. I know I can't take. I will do the last one, and just Mark go out. Everybody go out. I'm just alone in the studio. I turn the lights off and just pray. For Jesus, give me the right solo because I don't want to be like technique. I don't want to be. I want to be into the in the music. I want to be, you know, on the respect of the message in the music. I don't want to be like show all my techniques, but why I will do that? So I did that solo, and we have sounds for me sounds really good. sounds nice. But one thing about this solo when I try to do is like repeat some some links. You know, I like to do that a lot when I do solos. I will show I will show some example. This. You see this? Repeat. This make your like make people sing your solo. This is something really nice when you listen some solo and you start to sing the solo. That's for me it's really special when people like decorate my solo, you know, because I feel part of the song. I feel part of the life of these people because people sing what I play on the guitar. This is really nice. And live, I usually do it some Michael Jackson part on this solo. I don't do this on the album, but live I do it. Because for me, just like this, do the same thing, you know, make people like be familiar with the song, be, you know, that's what I try to do when I play, make people, oh, I listened this before, this is something familiar to me. I don't want to be someone, but I want to make people like, oh, this is part of my life, you know, this is familiar to me. I heard something like this before, for make comfortable for who listen the song. All right, so that's one example. And I will do with my track here, some solo like that. But I mean also like to use wah when I do solo with distortion. It's something really nice. We need to try this. Let's see what. I get it. Sorry, sorry. Let's make some loop here. Yeah, you know, I start like okay, it's like a story, you know. Start slowly and play some notes, and then I start to do that. In the end, I'm just there, you know. So that's why I try to do every time I do solos. In live, we have a song called Hearts of Fire. and I have a like big, really big solo on the end of the song, and I go to the uh, how can I say this?
Audience. You run
Audi.
around the audience. You run off the stage. You run everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I remember one time we are in Thailand. Yeah, we are in Thailand. The,
Thailand and Catalina. Catalina was the best.
yeah,
But tell
but
tell tell what happened.
in Thailand, one time, Mark, we eat something bad. I don't know what is it, but the time Mark looked to me, hey, dude, do solo. I'm not feeling real. I'll go to restroom. So okay, and Mark never back, and I start to do solo and go into the on the table, go to some table. I'm really excited. I'm really like in the song, like that. And then I realize, my gosh, up on the table, and the table just start to like, am really, what the heck I did? But now I can't back because I will fall out if I back. And I do the solo, and maybe like, oh my gosh, why I did this? So yeah, that time in Thailand, and one time in Catalina, I did this also. I run to the ocean, like we are playing in some island, like Catalina Island, and I run to the ocean, but have no light. I played solo, and then I start feel my foot like wet. So what is this? I just realized it's the ocean. Almost into the ocean. So crazy situation. But yeah, I mean,
And you fell down on your knees in the sand, and the audience around you and put on their lights, and they were like cheering you on. It was so awesome.
yeah, yeah. When I do solo, guys, just take it somewhere. I would try to. It's not me. Just go out for somewhere. See, I don't know how I can explain to you guys, but I don't think about more techniques anymore. I don't think
Yeah,
about, I'm just, okay, Holy Spirit, just use my life and let's see what happens because, yeah.
I like to say that music is a transportational device, and
Yeah.
lead guitar has the power to drive that in the right or the wrong direction. And so, like in that song, I tell you solo as long as you want, and then I want you to die with your guitar and make the sound of a person dying. And that for me is epic. You fall to your knees and you just play those last few notes, and then you just collapse and you transport us. It's a rare occasion.
Yeah, yeah. So play with your heart. I always think about that. When you play music, sure, we can use our techniques, we can, but needs to come from here, need to come from the soul because this is what is music to me. So yeah, let's move on.
What about some wah solo stuff like 99 for one? You did a beautiful solo with a wah wah. You just showed us a distorted solo. um could you show us a clean solo with wah, please?
Yeah, sure. I will play some track before I play 941. I now use some was solo. long, but
Times, would you mind while you're pulling up 99 for one? Could you tilt your camera down a little bit more or angle your? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, just because people want to see the fretboard. Thanks so much.
yeah, 994 I did a solo, really simple one, but it's really nice because it's a kind of part of the melody of the song. It's not really a guitar solo with many techniques, but it's a simple. But I think it fit perfect on this song. I don't know if you guys listen this, but and now I do it again, but octave high. You know, to me, this is really special when you make some melody when you do solos. You need make some simple melody, but strong melody. People can listen this solo. Oh, this is times. You know, this is make you like personality. Let's say personality is the word. I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
yeah. You can use that. I think what you're trying to say is you're creating another hook. You're
yeah,
creating another chiclech, another kind of
right,
chorus. It's not
yeah,
as monotonous as a chorus can be vocally or lyrically, but you're creating a melody that you want others to sing on. It has to be, it has to take you somewhere, but as you look back, it has to be predictable. It has to make sense, and it has to fit in the song. That's what I would.
yeah, yeah. For me, this is the most important thing. Fit on the song, make a hook, rook, hook. I think, yeah,
Hook, a hook. Yeah, it grabs
yeah,
them. It's memorable.
yeah. So that I try to do in this solo, and also on other solos. We have a song. What? What is the name of this song, Mark?
Wherever your treasure is, there's your heart.
Yeah, in that song I use wah solo, and I do it on the same way. If you guys can listen.
Actually, you did the solo on the back of a motorcycle in Philippines.
Oh yeah, in that song, exactly that song. Oh man, crazy,
Yeah, if you
crazy.
guys watch, if you search on YouTube, wherever your treasure is, music video, CHRISTAFARI, just search the word treasure. You'll find him playing that solo on the back of a guitar, on the back, playing with his guitar on the back of a motorcycle.
Yeah. So let's move on, guys. I don't know how is my time.
You're doing great. We don't have a huge amount of questions. We're doing great so far. Hey, do me a favor,
Hmm.
play the intro of CHRISTAFARI. CHRISTAFARI is a great example of when we do that song. You're actually playing. It's called a lead, but it's really the main melody. The intro melody of the song is so.
Oh yeah, Christopher. We have like a old wa there. Sorry, guys, for many only don't play this, but yeah, this is a kind of yeah, this is really nice one. I use a Walt Wah in that one with reverb. Yeah,
Reverb, you got it. You got it.
we go to your pedals. So pedals to me, for some years ago, are something really important. But now I change my views about that because I try to do my song in my amplifier. So I try to make my song sounds good in my amplifier, and then I start to add the pedals. Because to me, my I play guitar. I usually say this: I play guitar. I don't play pedals. So my guitar needs to sounds good. My guitar needs to sounds like, okay, my guitar sounds good now. Now I will add these some effects. So after guitar, go to your pedals, but use the pedals if you really necessary. If you really like, oh, I need that pedal, because I see many guys who play guitar with many pedals and just not have a guitar song, have pedal songs. So sometimes I just like, this guy play pedal or play guitar. It's too much effects. Guitar start to sounds like a synthesizer. Sounds like some, but no sounds like guitar, you know. So that one thing really important. You need to think about. I need this pedal. I need this really. I need this pedal, this effect. So yeah, just thinking about that. And then we go to the amplifier. In the amplifier, you need to know how got the right song about amplifier. Like I said yesterday, we have many different amplifiers, different models, different. So you need to find your song. You need to find, like I said yesterday, I like Fender, I like clean tones, right? So when I play, when I go to somewhere, just don't have Fender and have Marshall. What I will do in this situation, I will take the Marshall and I try do my best for take this Marshall sounds like a Fender. You know, I spend some minutes there, some hours if necessary, but to make try to make this Marshall sounds like a Fender, because Fender what I like, and Fender what the amplifier has in my head. So I try. So that's one thing really important for you, have a song in your head and try to make this song, you know, whatever situation you have. So then the song go to the microphone. You have some microphone on the front of the amplifier, and I don't know if you guys know this. When you change the position of the microphone, you got different sound. So of course, this is about sound injury. Some the sound guy usually do that, but you need to know what happened if you move. So try different. Put your headphones and what happened if I go here? What happened if I go there? If I go to the center? If I go to the corner? What happened? You need to know what you, because like I say, you have what song, or you have your song in your head, and you want the people listen the same song you have in your head, but how we can do that, so try move the microphone, before you like, oh, I need this pedal, I need to change my guitar, I need to change my amplifier. But I need, because my guitar is too low, but you try to move the microphone to the center, but forgot the high frequencies. So sometimes you don't need more equipment, you need to know what you have. This is what I try to say to you. Yeah, let's say. Mm,
Quick question for you.
yeah.
When we are live in concert, I know you said yesterday that you prefer 2 amps and you run stereo, I believe.
Mhm.
Typically, you choose to use uh, Roland JC 120, but your preferred is what is it, a Fender Twin Reverb or Fender Deluxe? Where do you mic them? Front, back, corner, center? Where do you mic them?
All right. I usually go to the one amplifier with when I have two amplifiers, right? One I go to the center of the speakers, and another amp I got a little bit on the corner because I want to sounds different. When open the pen, you can feel, oh, this is like high frequency, this is more low. You can feel the stereo, like, oh, I have two amps, I have two different sounds, but come from one guitar. That's when I try to. And also I use my delays stereo. I use different delay
Nice.
in different sides.
So
I
that's
use
when
like,
you pan. That's when things are panned. If they don't have the luxury of having 2 amps, what would you, if you mic'd 1 amp, what would the amp be, and how would you mic it? And what kind of mic would you use?
all right, I will say something about mics. We have some classic mics, all right? We have some Shure SM57 AK, AKG. This is correct to say?
AKG.
AKG, C414. We have some classic ones, expensive ones for sure, but this is a classic. But sometimes we don't have that microphone, a specific microphone, but we have something similar. What I want to encourage you to do is know the sound of this classic microphone. When you have some similar microphone, you figure out, oh, this is not really sure, but this is like Shure SM57. So because microphones have songs, microphones have tones. So SM57 is really medium frequency, like 1K, like really. That's why guitar plays like this microphone, and snare like, because it's medium frequency. So we need to know. I want to encourage you to know different models of microphone and try to, oh, this work for me, does not work for me. For me, I does not like use condenser microphone, for example, because it's too bright, it's too sensitive. So when I use distortion, it doesn't work for me because it's too bright. So you need to know and find your sound in the correct microphone. When I have just one amp, what I do, I'm just go a little bit to the corner. I don't go really the center, and not really the corner, just in the middle of the way and between center and corner, because I don't want too bright, but I don't want too low. So I try to make between center and corner. So yeah, and also guys, one thing really important about the stuff like signal flow, like I said, it's cable. Cable is something really important because guys, you can have a really expensive guitar, you can have really expensive pedals, but if you have bad cables, your signal, just go to the somewhere, because the cable can take your signal, you know. Bad cables can take your signal, can make your signal bad. So I know you say like broken cables, or cable like bad cables like that, but shipped cables like, oh, how can I say this?
Let's talk about the good ones. Which ones do you prefer? What cable do you prefer over the cheap?
Oh, yeah, I prefer for sure Monster cables. It's expensive one, but sounds good. It sounds like you can trust in this cable. You sure for sure you, if you plug the guitar amplifier, you see you play it, oh, this is my guitar tone. You know, some cable I just play my guitar and see what my high frequency, what my bright frequency, my presence. I just lost my presence because this cable take. So Monster cables is really good ones. I use some national cables from Brazil, from here, my country, called Santo Angelo. This is really good ones. But yeah, just try to buy the best cable your money can buy, but try to be careful about cables for you not lose your signal. That's what I try to say. Yeah, we have, I think, is this
Let's, if you don't mind, let's talk about the Avian album.
Avian album? Yeah, guys.
Yeah, I asked you to do a solo that described a fight for someone's life. The song is "All Is Not Lost." Maybe you could play them. It's nobody's ever heard this before. It hasn't been released yet, but maybe you could play them. The end of "All Is Not Lost," and then talk about what was going through your mind as you were recording it. Maybe teach us a little lick or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right, about this solo, it will be in the, on Avion next album. I need remember what I did. Yeah. In that solo, I use a lot of bands, like it's something to really take care about. It is really nice. It's really can express yourself, you know, in the bands. Bands is a technique what you open your string and try to get another the next note for the scale, right? So, but this can be like something like, or you know, you can put some feeling on this. I use a lot that technique. All the time I use.
I have a question about the bend.
Mm.
As you're doing it, are you hitting the note that's right and then bending it out, or are you hitting the note that's wrong and bending it in?
No, the two notes it's in, but I will say like you got the next note for the scale. Like if I play like let's say that note and I wanna got that note. I just do that. And sometimes I just got the same note on the next string. Like, the same note. Have one classic solo. I don't know who is the exact artist. Johnny B. Good. Johnny B. Good. You know this song?
The reggae version?
Reggae version, yeah. Is it Peter
Peter
Tosh?
Tosh.
Peter Tosh. Yeah, the guy just go like that. And the band, and then be careful for no from be off the beat, right? In the next string will be the same note. You know, there's I use in that song. Like and always vibrato, like that.
Yeah, vibrato.
Vibrato. Yeah.
Vibrato.
So that kind of stuff can be your solo can be more interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, you can make people feel what you try to get put out. You know.
So Times,
Yeah,
Um,
Drew.
Go
since
ahead,
we're on
Justin.
solos, someone asked what you used for the Moment to Pray solo.
Moment to play solo. Yeah, I use acoustic guitar from Avion. I don't have that exactly guitar I use, but I have another acoustic one.
Before we go there, really quick, I just want to add one thing, um, and it is this, guys. If you notice in that solo, he didn't start high. Show us where you end high. Show us how high you are there at the end of the solo. You're really high at the end. You're close to the pickups in your fretboard, right? You
And
don't start there. You start, yeah, you end high, but you
mhm,
always start low in a solo like that, because if you start high and fast, it's going to be anticlimactic. That's the word you. So we start slow and low, and then build, and then have a crescendo. I don't know the Portuguese word for crescendo, but it reaches a zenith. It hits a peak. It goes, the solo goes up, up, and then down. Like you said, a beginning, a middle, and an end to tell a story. And that's what that solo is like. And yeah, that's why I love that solo so much.
yeah, and that solo it's really because it's really nice. When I produce this song, I don't have a plan to do solo on this song, and I'm just in my studio in end of the day, and I'm listening to the I finish the song. Basically, I finish. Okay, I will send to Mark the one or to Avion, and I go to my studio. It's underground on my house, and I start to go to upstairs, and I feel, you know, I need to do one thing on this song. I'm just feel like I need to be back there because I don't really feel I finished the song. But I listen to the song. I feel, okay, I don't have space to do anything, and I copy it down, and I copy some part and paste on the end, And let's see, let's listen and listen, listen. Okay, let's take my guitar and I plug it to my interface. And that time, I don't use pedal. This solo, I just don't use pedal. I just everything digital on my computer, because you know, let's see what I can do. I don't will set up everything. I'm just wanna try something. If sounds good, tomorrow I do the original one. The like so okay. When I do, I put some plugins, what I have in my computer, some amplifiers, some digital plugins on my computer, and I did the solo. And the next day, I try to do the same solo with my stuff. I can't do this like the same anymore. And we just left that one. So this solo used to be on the demo.
Was it a one take?
One
Was it a one
take
take or?
is supposed to be demo, but I can't do the same anymore. So okay, keep that one. So yeah.
While you grab the acoustic guitar, I'll share a little something. And a producer who's produced, gosh, countless albums. One of the things you have to learn is whether the artist, whether the performer, for instance, the guitarist, is a one take, is a five take, is a last take guy, or a composite or comp take. Something we would typically do for a trombone player is I'll play the section, let's say it's 8 measures. I'll say do a solo, beginning, middle, end, and make sure that you have breaks in between each of the licks. Ba-da-da-dee, beep, beep, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-dee. Something, little moments that I can then cut and comp, and we'll do comp. Sometimes you'll realize this guy, he got it right the first time, and every one of his ones after that are worse. I think maybe Times is that guy. I don't know. But we had a guitarist on Valley of Decision, and this is how it is with Valley of Decision. The guitarist laid down the solo. I think it was My Eyes. Laid down the solo for My Eyes, and we loved it. And we were using tape. And he's like, "Nope, I can't stand it." I'm like, "Oh, we only have so many tracks with tape." So we gave him another solo, and it got worse. And he's like, "Yeah, it's better, but I'm not there yet." And so we did another solo, and it got even worse. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm liking where it's going." I'm like, "Oh no!" And then he did another solo, and then I was just like, "Man, I don't even want to hear what he's doing. It's just rubbish." And then the fifth solo, I said, "Okay, I was just entertaining him." I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I think we've got enough. Why don't you go and take a break, go outside, get some fresh air, come back in 10 minutes, and we'll comp it down. We'll cut and take the best pieces." And so he went outside. He came back 10 minutes later. We said, "It's ready." We played it for him. He's like, "Oh, Mark, you are a genius. I can't believe how you made such a good solo from those crappy takes." I said, "Did you like it?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you want to change anything?" He said, "No." I looked at him and said, "That was your first take. I didn't do anything."
What?
It's just perspective. Sometimes all you need is perspective. Sometimes you're so deep in it, you don't have perspective. And that's why working with a producer helps as well. So let's talk acoustic guitar. Why don't you play the solo for the song Moment to Pray, please? Thanks.
I want to show you guys the original one. So if you can, I'm asking. Yeah, and that solo, it's something like I say before. In the same situation, I mean, was in America, and we are in tour, but some day off or whatever. I don't remember exactly, but I'm in the garage, and I want to do some solo on this song, but I don't want to do guitar solo, electric guitar solo, because I did this so many songs. It'll be different if I do some electric guitar solo, distortion solo, wah solo, what I usually do. And I look back, I see some acoustic guitar there. But the acoustic guitar, I think I will not play for a long time. Have like old strings, and there's no tone like exactly. Yeah, that one. And the ovation. Yeah, the ovation. It's a really nice one, but in that
Uh-huh.
time, it's like old string, just like.
Yeah, well, we were going for this sound, 96 degrees in the shade. That kind of vibe, and it wasn't new strings, it wasn't a new guitar they were playing on, but it's classic. And I can't believe I come home from surfing, I open up the garage door, and Times is there with a good acoustic guitar. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm doing a solo. And it's just so casual, but it sounds so good. You think that we're doing this stuff in this legit studio with two mics perfectly placed, and each mic is worth $2,500 and this and that. No, man, it's not the gear, it's the ears and years of experience, and that's what you have.
Yeah, and also I would say hard, because in that moment I don't have like really nice microphone like Mark say, and I just look some batteries, 9 volts batteries, and okay, this guitar does not have. I don't have silence here. I need to plug this guitar because I don't really like recording acoustic guitar with cable. I use it. You like to use microphone for acoustic guitar, but in that situation, I don't have the acoustic perfect for do this. So I go to my cable and I put some effect on my pedal. Okay, let's see what happened. And I do the solo, and I take one, and I start take two, take three, take four. Oh, start to be bad ones. I I back to the first one. Oh, okay, sounds good. Let's keep it that one. And yeah, just the same situation. I think I'm in the kind of guy, like if I start to do many, I will lose my experience, lose
The
my
inspiration,
inspiration.
the
Yeah,
freshness. I'm the same way. When I was tracking, for instance, Freedom Step, I couldn't get anything better than the scratch vocal. A lot of the songs are like that. There's an energy and an excitement and an enthusiasm that you have when you're doing something on a song for the very first time that repetition doesn't necessarily. I think you should have the repetition. You should be
mm,
able to figure out whether your first take or your 10th take is better. For Avion, she prefers her 18th take. For me, vocally, it's my 6th or my 7th take. For you, guitar wise, unless you fumble on a string or a note, it's typically your first or your second, wouldn't you say?
yeah, I mean, I'm a producer. I'm working in the studio every day, but I usually say I prefer my performance on the stage because in studio. I feel so like alone. I feel so like I don't really feel the vibe. So I have this problem. Let's say in the studio, I prefer my performance on the stage. Let's say like that on the studio. I mean, I always go like if I need to do so many takes, I will for sure lose the inspiration. So yeah, we have question, guys. Let's see the question. I know I don't think we have many questions, but
Okay, yeah, we've got some here. Okay, a same question we had the other day, which is, do you have it use a certain scale to play reggae music.
Okay,
Your chromatic, your majors, your minors, your sometimes sevenths. Nothing that's specifically like this is the reggae sound. Correct?
yeah, but you know, like I'm a guitarist, you know. For sure, I like pentatonic scale, like scale like that, blues scale, right? I use that a lot. So pentatonic scale is something I use, but always major scale, minor scale, and stuff like that for sure.
Okay, let's talk about pedal suggestions for wah solos. Um, consistently use the same pedal on tour. We talked about it yesterday. Maybe describe that and any other preference for wah solos, please.
Guys, I have too many pedals. I have that one called Crybaby Dunlop one. This is the classic one, but it's heavy. So I don't travel with this anymore. But I use in the studio or recording mini solo. The 990 for the one I record with that one. And also one time I talked to our friend Jabi, and Jabi, you know, Crybaby is too heavy. We have that one. That one, it's kind of the same song of Crybaby, but it's small, and you can use for wah, you can use for expression pedal, like volume pedal, and yeah, sounds great. It's
What's it? What's the name? Show us the logo, please.
so
Soul Press.
so press hot tone, I think, yeah, hot tone soul express. It's really nice one, a small one, perfect for tour. And also I have my digital pedal Helix, what I have so many different wah there, so I can choose different models. And but I always go that way, Crybaby. If even I'm in digital pedal, I try to make the same song what Crybaby do. Yeah. Right.
Nice, nice. Okay, and talk about your guitar strings. Are you using point 10 gauge guitar strings or what are you using?
Yeah, I use 010 Elixir. Yeah, just nothing new.
Okay, if you could use acoustic or electric for lead and only one, which would be best and which would you choose? I think I know the answer to that, but go ahead.
It's electric guitar for sure, guys. I
Yeah, a
really
clean tone with an electric can accomplish so much more. Even if you use a clean electric, you can then put it through any sort of effects after the fact. But clean is always nice. We used a clean tone in Here I Am to Worship, and it just fits so well. What type of tone do you use in Hosanna?
in Hosanna, it's a clean with delay and reverbs. Sometimes I use I know you say distortion, it's a little saturation. Like, I will show you guys. You can see like a little saturation. Delay, reverb, and some overdrive pedal with really little gain, just almost zero, just a little like two. My gain just 1 2, or
Nice.
sometimes I use from the amplifier. I'll saturate a little bit the amplifier and you got this little saturation. Yeah.
Somebody asked, can there be more than one in a song? I'm guessing they're talking about lead guitar. I'm not sure if they're talking about solos. Yes, if necessary. Melodies, yes. But maybe two guitarists. Talk about what you do for Asante Sana or Emigongo, where you're coming up with an African part and then you're playing another part on top of it. At, sometimes 2, 3 different parts,
Yeah,
Lingala or Sukus.
yeah. African song we have a lot of this. Like two guitars play lead on the same time. And yeah, in Emi Gongo, I do with one guy. My gosh, this guy. What the name of this guy from Africa
Faith
market?
Musa.
Wait,
Faith Musa.
my gosh, that guy. When I see this guy play for the first time, I'm like, what? I need to learn this because it sounds really good, sounds really nice, really clean, you know. So I start to be like, oh, I start to like more African songs and start to listen more. And sometimes I write down some readings like African. So I try. I don't know if I can do it, but I write down today one. If you
Hey,
see,
Times,
yo,
can you send that to me, please?
You're freaking killing me, dude. Okay, you guys need to know something about this guy. He's a genius. I had a
oh,
talk with him an hour and a half ago, and I said, "What about some African guitar, some sukus?" He's like, "Oh yeah." So he just created that, like
yeah,
like that. You just create it from scratch. You are the goose that lays the golden egg every time. My gosh. All right. I want to do something really quick that's going to be kind of fun. Um,
Mhm.
I have a few notes that I want to share, and then Connor, I'm gonna. Are you there? I'm guessing you are. I'm gonna unleash you on starting to show people's images. So everybody,
Okay.
if you
Yeah,
have
just
your
let me know.
guitar, get them ready. Okay. I'm gonna give you a few tips though, guys. Okay. There's all these different pedals you can use. Give me your favorite pedals. Just mention them. You mentioned uh, auto wah. You mentioned wah. You mentioned saturation. You mentioned distortion. Name a few others. Chorus, flanger, phaser. That's about it, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
anything else is kind of those. So when you're asked what your favorite plugin is for guitar, in addition to that or with that, maybe a little reverb or delay, but not much else, right?
yeah. For me, I like clean tones with reverbs. I like reverbs a lot. I use many kind of different reverbs: spring reverb, plate reverb, room. I like reverbs. Let's say, yeah,
Yeah, and you used I think a filter and an auto wah for surely goodness.
yeah. I use.
Um, going down on beautiful name, you used a bunch of pads. What are some of your favorite sounds for pads?
Oh yeah, I will show you my. For beautiful name.
What are you running it through right now?
That one, what I have here, it's like delay, really long with like my feedback on delay. It's really long one, like 19%, like long one. Reverb with decay, really, really high decay, like 19% maybe. You can feel just let's go. And also, guys, I use one thing different. I want to show you one pedal called let's see if I have here. Yeah, called Pog. It's like octave, like that I use a lot.
That's like the Beatles did that, right?
I use a beautiful name. It's a
Times.
kind of Hammond. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, tremolo. Times. Tell me, there. Have you ever done reverse delay? Do you think you could do? I mean, reverse lead. Do you think you could take a rhythm that you have, flip it, reverse, do a quick solo over, and then reverse both? Is that too much? Oh, we don't need to do it now. But this is what we did. I'll explain it. Okay. This is what we did. I took upside down. I took the song. I reversed it. I had him do a lead guitar in reverse through the song, and then I reversed both back. And Hendrix did this sometimes, but it creates this really nice sound. One of my favorite sounds that I ask you is a surf guitar sound. How do we get that? And then we'll get to the last few questions.
You need to have a. This is a tremolo.
Whammy bar.
Bar. Yeah, for.
Yeah, I had you do that in. I think the song was "He Is Risen" or "Christ Is Risen." Wow, wow, wow! I just love that. What's your signal flow there? What are you going through? What kind of pedals?
All right, I use amplifier and reverb, spring reverb. Really, just a second. Yeah, spring reverb with really my mix on reverb is really high, and my decay high like. And yeah, just amplify and reverb. I don't use them too much.
Nice. All right, we're coming to an end here, guys. I'm going to answer these last 3 questions that are up. In the meantime, Connor, could you please start putting up people's images? We want to see your face. We want to see, and if you have your guitar with you, we want you to show your guitar. We're going to take a screenshot of you. Okay, so put on your pants. Okay, here we go. Tips for mute guitar. We talked about it yesterday. And you talked about 2 techniques. One was sometimes, at least for rhythm, you would loosely press with your left hand on the fretboard. And nice hair. and so that would be for rhythm, to give it a more of a instead of a chenk. And then for others, for flat pick, you would mute with your hand, this edge of your hand, and you would press hard with your left, but kind of, pick it and pluck it. Okay, nice. Motuma Sima, where are you at right now? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Oh, Alexandria, Virginia, man.
Virginia, where are you from originally?
Ethiopia.
I was gonna say, I thought you were in Ethiopia. That's awesome, man. This is great. Connor's gonna continue to add you guys. Okay, so if you could choose for sound quality times, would you choose individual boutique pedals, or do you prefer the Helix sound?
Oh, this is a hard question. For sure, I prefer boutique pedals.
Okay.
I have some here, but for live, for travels, I would say Helix because power, different nations, different everything.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Okay, and do you have a pre-program? Do you pre-program it for the set list for each leg, or do you never do that? So I know the answer to this, but for each song, do you have like a special one? I know Justin is going to show us live keys, and he's going to have like the name of the song or the type of sound that he's going for, and he knows in his mind what. So do you have that programmed, or do you just know it?
Okay, I go like individual pedal, you know. But in Helix, I have this option. So I have my clean signal, my crush signal, my overdrive signal, solo, whatever. I just press one and I turn on everything. Yeah.
I'm guessing for a specific lead sound, do you ever make it so that like fits perfectly, like in advance, or do you just know the configuration in your head?
Yeah, coming from my head for sure. Yeah.
You have a beautiful head. All
Oh
right.
my.
What plugin do you use? Rodrigo asked. I think we kind of addressed that. There's a whole lot to choose from. It all depends on what he's going for. Um, and there was another question. Can you show your Helix pedal? Can you lift it up and show it? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Awesome. You still adding people there, Connor, or are we maxed out for the page?
We're maxed out. Some people aren't showing their cameras.
Okay. Oh, show us your cameras if you want to be in this one, guys. This is cool. This is so cool. Hermes Hernandez, where are you from, brother?
Here, guys.
Hermes Hernandez. Is that Central America? Where are you at? Venezuela? Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Oh my gosh, that is so epic. Anybody else have a question for Times? If you do, you can unmute really quick and ask the question, and we'll do our best to answer. Have you guys learned something? So give us a thumbs up if you've learned something today.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
It was great.
Epic. I as we're trying to add one or two more if we can, before we take this photo. Times, you have some upcoming classes. Justin, would you jump in and tell us about those classes if you have them ready? If not, I can.
Okay. Yeah. I know Times has a chord progression class next week, and also a music production class next week. And I think Times is there more? Or is that it?
Yeah, I think chord progression, music production, I think is it.
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't have the paper in front of me right now. But yeah, everyone.
I have it.
Cool.
I have it in front of me. I'm good. I lost you there.
I don't know. We're here. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us. It's good to see you all, and it was an amazing class as always. And since you're all here and we can see your beautiful faces, I want to encourage you to go stop by our donate page on CHRISTAFARI.com. And if you're blessed or learned a lot from this class, please click on Renato Taimes' name, as he, alongside each and every one of us, is full-time musicianaries. And he's teaching remotely from Brazil right now. So, yeah, it'd be so amazing for you to go there and bless him in any way you can. And our next class coming up within the half hour is my live keys class. So if you guys are interested in that, go register for that. And as always, thank you so much for all the hard work from the translators and moderators during each class. You guys are the best.
Excellent. Let's take this photo really quick before I close this off. Okay, grab your instrument, show us your guitar if you can. And if you could smile. Even Connor has his guitar. Have me the guitar, please. I need to pretend like I know how to play a guitar. And I want you to smile in 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome. I got a screenshot. Feel free to grab a screenshot yourself. I love you guys so much. And I want to give you one more incentive, encouragement to support Taimes. He's a full-time missionary. He doesn't get paid to do this. He does this to serve the Lord, and he trusts that the Lord is going to provide. And one of the things he's worked on so hard over the last 3 years was Avion's album. We just finished the album, and if you donate today, one of the things that we want to do is we want to bless you with that album for free, and we want to give it to you a few weeks before anybody else gets it. This is the album cover. Oh, you can't really see it there, but it just looks epic. We'll send that to you today or tomorrow, the latest, if you donate. We just want to bless anybody who's donating and give them the album 3 weeks or 4 weeks before it comes out. Join Taimes in his future classes on how to use creative chords. Join him on how he records and writes a song. Join Justin on how he does that. Join me on how I produce a song, how I produce an album. There's so many more classes. We hope to see you guys there. God bless you. Go with God.